The Washington State House of Representatives approved a bill that would ban the personal and philosophical exemption for the MMR vaccine. Can you tell me more about this?
Sure, that was a very controversial bill this session. Right now there's a philosophical and a religious exemption for parents who would otherwise be required to vaccinate their children to go into the K-12 system. The bill removed the philosophical exemption only for MMR, which is measles, mumps, and rubella, and left the philosophical exemption for other vaccinations. I did vote against the bill, and the reasons why include constitutional concerns. K-12 education is a state constitutional right in Washington State. And in my opinion, restricting any constitutional right based on an unrelated event like a vaccination is problematic to me. Also, we know that there are risks. They're minimal, but there are risks involved in vaccinations. I think that's ultimately a parental decision whether they vaccinate or not.
The State House also passed a bill that would disallow employers to pay below the minimum wage to workers with disabilities. How would this bill affect individuals with developmental disabilities?
That was a challenging bill, and I think the intent is noble, but I think something that we missed out on with this bill is a lost opportunity for those individuals. At some point, it doesn't make financial sense for a business to hire an individual who is performing at reduced capacity. So my concern with that bill is that if we do mandate minimum wage for an individual who's only capable of performing at maybe 50% output, the employer is going to have to choose an individual who's capable of putting out 100% in relation to the minimum wage. So my concern is we're eliminating opportunities and actually creating an opportunity gap for these individuals based on their disability status. It's important to keep in mind that there's a spectrum of disabilities. There are people who are high functioning and don't need a sub-minimum wage and can perform at that level. However, there are individuals who cannot, and there's a lot of benefit involved in having a job for those individuals. And I think we need to make sure that we're looking at this through their eyes, not through the eyes of a typical person who has bills to pay and needs a certain level of income for their household. A lot of these individuals go to work for social reasons, and their parents gain respite. So there's the family benefit to them that I think wasn't really part of the conversation.
In your last video, you shared your plans to help expand remote testimony opportunities in the State House. Can you provide an update on your progress?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the remote testimony. I worked with a colleague across the aisle, Representative Mead, and we coordinated this and have over half of the House signed on as co-sponsors to the resolution. I just found out today that the resolution is likely to run today, and what it does is it creates a work group to look into creating a pilot program in the House. The Senate has already done this. I'm really excited for the House opportunity. I live 5 hours from Olympia. My district is 4 to 5 hours, depending on where people live. The financial impact of driving to Olympia to testify for possibly 2 minutes on a bill of importance to that individual, between hotel costs, childcare, gasoline, the dangers of Snoqualmie Pass during the winter, I think it's only reasonable that we try to make government as accessible as possible to our constituents.